We welcome you into Community First Igloo here in Jacksonville, Florida for a massive ACHA D2 tilt between the Boston College Eagles and the Florida Gators. Charlie Jones alongside Matt Montalto here from Jacksonville. How you doing tonight, Matt?
It's a great night for hockey. It's a Friday night in Jacksonville. Nice cool night in January. It's going to be a fun one between these two teams tonight.
Certainly it will. Boston College making the trip, the very long trip from New England all the way to sunny Jacksonville, holding a record of 11-2-1, unbeaten in their last 3 months. Tell us about their winning streak, Matt.
Yeah, they're on a heater right now, to say the least. 9 straight, and like you said, 3 straight months of dominance. The Gators are going to want to look to break that up. Imagine not losing since October 26th, and that was an overtime game too. So still got a point out of that one, but still dominant.
They have been completely dominant, and they have been perfect. A 6-3 win against New Hampshire in their last game. Florida fell in the final of the Savannah Classic to South Carolina, looking to rebound. And the two teams meet at center ice for face-off, and we are underway from Jacksonville. 20 minutes on the clock, and here we go. Boston College going left, Florida going right on Hockey Fights Cancer Night from Community First Igloo. Gators on the breakaway right away. Mikey Katz turns it over. Boston College in the maroon and gold, Gators in the pink and black tonight. Boston College on the attack right away, but Connor Lee getting the start in net tonight stops him. So a whole lot of quick action as the goal comes off its pegs. A little bit of a jumpy start here for both teams.
Yeah, both teams got off to the start early. 2 breakaways. They tried to undress Connor Lee, but stood strong, knocked the goal off, but still stood strong. 2 explosive starts from both teams.
Face-off near center ice, won by Boston College, and they'll retreat into their own zone. Looking to take advantage of an inexperienced lineup tonight for Florida, who pokes it away there and sends it down ice to Mikey Calabrese. Shot on net, handled well by the BC netminder. Michael Pelletier, and the Gators score! Just in a blink, a whole lot of chaos in front of the net, and the Gators come away with a lead early here in Jacksonville.
Yeah, when you throw the puck on the net like that, 56 seconds left in the game, you're going to expect a lucky bounce there, and that's exactly what they got. Yeah, he just didn't get it. Just couldn't stop the puck, and the Gators cash in early. 1-0 here for the team in orange and blue.
So in under a minute, the Gators, black and pink tonight, get on the board with a 1-0 lead. Sent down the way, behind the net, handled by Michael Pelletier. Excuse me, there we go. Not good with my French-Canadian. Gators on the attack now, surveying and trying to get past a staunch Boston College defense who only allows 2 to 3 goals a game. Poked away there, Boston College on the attack now. Stripped away by Brian Pine, finds a man in front of the net. It's Keegan Lampinen, but the door is shut. The junior from Berkeley, California, Pelletier, slams the door for a massive save.
That was the defensive breakdown there by the Eagles. Pelletier stands on his head there, keeps it alive with the puck, keeps himself alive in the play, not biting too early on Lampinen, and great heads-up save by the man from Berkeley.
Gators almost went up 2-0, but still in a prime spot as they lose the face-off, though, trying to scrounge for the puck. Poked away by Ronnie Kemley, skating back into Boston College's zone, but it's sticked down by Boston College. Eagles going the other way, 2-on-1. They have a breakaway here, but the pass is errant. Was looking for Liam Matthews with 7 goals on the year, but couldn't find him. Now, once again, Boston College into Florida's zone. Barreling in on net, Gabe Mamdani. As we get a penalty call here, and it's looking, oh, excuse me, no, a stoppage again for the net coming off the pegs. Looked like it was a penalty signal at first, but no. Connor Lee just having some fun in net and knocking it off its pegs again. Connor Lee actually getting the start tonight. The normal starter is Zach Shield with 9 games played on the year. Lee only 4, 2-1 in those games, allowing about 4.5 goals in those games. Looking to be staunch between the pipes tonight. Boston College retreats, all fresh legs on the ice, so no need for a switch. Gators getting involved early. Cormac Terry with hit, and the Gators get the puck back. Mikey Katz going the other way on a breakaway. One-timer, just misses a bit high and wide. Puck shot back in on net. Easy work, Pelletier. But the Gators with a ton of offensive chances and without some of their brightest offensive stars. No Noah Horowitz on defense, but Liam Lekeshwa and Nick Ho out as well for the Gators. 4 out for Florida, taking away a little bit of that offensive firepower and experience tonight. Gators win the draw, trying to set up the offense. Couple strong hits across the boards from the team from Boston. Mikey McCoy slammed hard against the glass again. Quick shot, glove down by Pelletier. Gators still with it. Chaos in front, but it goes into the boards. A stick got in there from the maroon and gold to get it away from Pelletier. Gators still on the attack, though. A whole lot of chances early. Turn around, Mikey Katz just misses behind the net. Katz in the middle again. Off to Maisie at the point, and Katz goes down. Looks like a hit to the head, and he is in some serious pain. Cormac Terry plays the puck, but the Gators have to get a new man on ice.
That's not good for the Gators, especially with the amount of injuries they have down. That's one of their leading goal scorers right there. Hopefully he's able to return.
BC on the move, handled by the young Gators defense tonight without their leader, Noah Horowitz. 4 minutes gone, and the Gators with a 1-0 lead. Quick pass, Gators with a shot. Pelletier takes it to the chest, and Boston College trying to get back into the offensive zone desperately. A whole lot of time on BC's end for Florida. Lampinen dumps to the corner, no one home. McCoy trying to find someone now. Off to Zelmansky at the right point with a whole lot of pressure from BC there. Turned over, maroon and gold on the attack. A man with him. However, Mike Calabrese gets a stick in there. Shot, turned away. Blocked right there. Gators trying to get back in the offensive zone desperately. They've done a great job of it so far, only 5 minutes in the infancy of this game. Shot on net, blocked away by Pelletier.
Yeah, even without all the players on offense, they're able to just pepper the goal in. They're doing a great job of that so far in these first 5 minutes.
Keegan Lampinen getting a stick in there, being very mindful of who's around him. As there's a battle across the boards. 2 Gators, 2 Eagles. Gators chop it up and come away with it. Now sent to the other end. Calabrese handling it now behind the Gators' net. Picking up steam into the neutral zone. Got one man to the right of him, but it's all Calabrese thus far. Passes it along the backboards, swirled around to Cormac Terry. Tried to find Brody Sheets in the corner, but couldn't. Boston College gets control. A quick turnover, though. Puts Denny on the attack. Sheets, Denny all in there, but Boston College pokes it away again. Still can't get out of the zone, though. Mindful play from Terry, and Boston College finally gets out of their own end. A whole lot of tired bodies for both teams. So a couple will come off the ice, and we'll reset. Ronnie Kemley dumps down ice. Looking for some type of offense, Boston College is. Winless or undefeated in their last 9, with a whole lot of offensive firepower, but it's been stifled by Florida so far through 6 minutes. Scanlon had it poked away by Florida, and now the Gators on the attack. Even numbers as Kemley goes into Boston College's zone, but turns it over with an errant pass. Dumped off to Scanlon in the neutral zone. Scanlon, one of Boston College's brightest offensive stars, had a hat trick in the last game against New Hampshire and has really come on as of late for this top team in New England.
Yeah, he's tied for second on the Eagles team in goals. They're going to need something to go right for them right now because the Gators are not letting them get in and get anything going right now.
Edwards dumps it to the boards, and a battle ensues. A quick shot by Noah Horwitz, who is actually in. He was a game-time decision, leaning towards out, but he's in tonight. Battling through it. Horwitz retreats with the puck. Into the Gators' own end. Whole lot of scrappy play along the boards between the two teams. And an offsides. So all fresh bodies onto the ice for the Gators and Boston College, with just about 7.5 minutes gone here in Jacksonville. 1-0 Florida thus far, and the Gators looking for a monumental upset in a season with a whole lot of ups and downs. They were gaining steam towards the end of the year, which was stifled by an 11-2 loss to Tennessee and a runner-up performance in the Savannah Classic at End Market Arena. Jackson Choi barreling in on net, gives off to Lampinen. Lampinen across the boards turns it over. One Eagle taking on two Gators. Can't make a nice move though. Great defense there from Mike Calabrese to poke it away. Gators dump it into Boston College's end. Both teams being very wise with their chances thus far. Gators coming out with the better of it. Mikey McCoy, quick shot off the side, almost went in, but the blocker got up there for Pelletier. Lampinen was coming in on net. Pine was looking for him, but couldn't get the pass through. Pine to Calabrese at the left point. Back to Pine with a whole lot of pressure from Boston College's defense. And a massive, massive hit there. Gabe Mamdani with a big hit on Pine. Pass to Lampinen across the middle, but he got it stripped just as he was about to shoot. Fresh bodies on for Boston College. One man to beat as the puck goes up into the safety netting and back onto the ice.
Yeah, that was really the first defensive breakdown we've seen for the Gators so far. And what's it been, about 9.5 minutes of game time? They've been playing sound defensively so far. Not even letting them get in the zone. Maybe they've had 2 shot attempts so far. That was the second, just went high. Good save by Lee as the Boston College attacker was pretty much undressed one of the Gators. So good heads-up play by Lee.
Eagles like to score 76 goals on the year, good for a 24-goal differential. They're known for their offense, but exhibit strong defense as well. Here in the Gators zone, they get it stripped away though. It's Cormac Terry shoved across the boards. Ronnie Kemley battling for it now, chopping up sticks with the maroon and gold. BC finds an opening. Sent down the way. Brennan looking for it. Now in the corner to the point. Quick shot, Connor Lee saves it though. Gets the knees down quick, and the Gators back on the attack.
Good save by Lee. Got deflected up in front. Nice heads-up play, especially on the second chance opportunity.
Sheets goes back and forth behind the net. Dumps to Calabrese, who makes a quick move and turns around. 2 Eagles right on him. Cormac Terry with a scoop around shot, tries to put it in. Can't do so. For the 3rd time so far in just about 10 minutes, the net comes unhinged.
It's coming on both sides now. We saw it on Lee's side and Florida's side of the ice where it came off twice, and this time it's going on the other end.
We're gonna start playing like street hockey. We'll throw the cones up and have a trash bin in there as the goaltender and get real scrappy out here in Jacksonville.
All you need to do is just move when you see a car coming.
Boston College wins the draw with half the period gone. Gators leading 1-0 in period 1. Kept behind the net, waiting patiently for their opening. Zelmansky misplays it out of the air. Boston College on the attack, 2-1, and they score! Ben Galvin goes bar down to tie up the game for the Eagles, 1-1 at the 9:52 mark in period one.
Oh boy, and he did a little chomp celly as he went over to the bench. That's not going to go well if the Gators even saw that. It was a breakdown. It was a misplay by Zach Zelmansky, one of their best defenders, and it was a 2-on-1 rush. Didn't pass it to the man on the right. Ben Galvin just said, I'm going to take it myself. Glove side over Lee and went bar down to tie this game.
So halfway through a tie game, and Boston College picking up momentum. Had a whole lot of time to think about it on the long trip from Boston. Laying their offensive dominance show here. 1-1 with 9.5 left here in Jacksonville in the first period. Fight for the puck along the boards. Mikey Katz comes away with it. Has a man with him, it's Edwards, who gets hit high and loses the puck. Eagles on the attack again, trying to beat Connor Lee in his 5th appearance of the year. Shot on with a whole lot of traffic in front. Shot again, and Lee saves it. Went off the post, off his back, and somehow into the glove.
And the net came off the post another time. But good heads-up play by Lee. We saw in the first 6.5 minutes of this game that Boston College wasn't able to get in offensively, excuse me. But tides have changed. These last 3.5 minutes has been all maroon and gold. Gators need to calm down a little bit defensively here.
The pink and black tonight, as seen wherever you're watching, had a whole lot of offense in the first 5 minutes, but that has started to dwindle as of late. And the maroon and gold really starting to get into the Gators' end and disrupt a defense who is pretty beat up right now. A lot of movement. Zach Zelmansky goes up to the first line. He was thinking about playing third line tonight into that first line role. Owen Waivada in there as well. But if the Gators are going to win, it's going to be with their defense tonight, as a quick save there from Lee off a redirected shot, still staying in Florida's end. 9 minutes on the dot left here in period one as the Gators win the draw and look to get things going once more. Shot from the left point, kneed away by Lee, and given to Swears on the left side, right into the chest of Pelletier, and given out to Boston College. Another quick shot. Pine tries to go top left, and Pelletier gets the shoulder up. Some pretty strong goaltending thus far on both ends through 12 minutes.
Both have been standing on their heads so far through this game. Only have given up 1 goal each. I'm expecting that number to go up a little more.
Pine in on net. Quick shot off the mask of Pelletier. That was a rocket and went high up into the ceiling, right off Michael Pelletier's mask.
Again, just peppering both goalies so far throughout this game. Expect more.
So another draw in Boston College's end. Gators 1, Boston College 1. Sent around the boards to Cormac Terry. Now into the corner. Kemley behind the net. Gets it taken away. But the Gators right there to collect it out of the air. Saved by Pelletier. And he'll catch it out of the air into the glove for yet another save. 4th in the last minute or so. And the 3rd draw in Boston College's end within the last minute coming.
Maybe the Gators are starting to get a little bit back from the start of this game. Those first 5 minutes when they were doing anything they wanted offensively, just shooting at will. They gave them a few minutes in their defensive end, but now they're starting to get back into their element and how they started the game.
Gators win the draw, but Boston College comes away with it after a turnover. Into the neutral zone and now into Florida's end. Aiden Scanlon, we know how dangerous he can be. Gives it off, quick shot off the skate of James Mazey up into the air and batted down by Boston College. Stripped by Cormac Terry, off across the boards, Keegan Lampinen with a watchful eye. Left point shot goes way wide, But Boston College comes away with it again. Another quick shot from the left point. That one goes off the shoulder of Connor Lee. He doesn't know where the puck is, but it ends up right in front of him. After a nifty play there from Liam Denny. Caught it off the boards with his stick and passed it off to Lee, who gloved it down.
Nice heads-up play, literally, from Connor Lee. Looked like he used his mask a little bit to deflect that one. But now, like, we are seeing the ebbs and flows of this game so far. Started with all Gators, then started with Eagles. Gators, maybe the Eagles are starting to get a little bit more now, too.
Both teams starting to level out in a massive matchup between the 11-2-1 Boston College Eagles and the 7-6-1 Florida Gators. Dumped along the boards, sticked by Pelletier. And a big fight for it across the boards. Boston College comes away with it. Now racing to the play is Gavin Einen. Looked for the pass, couldn't get it through to Liam Matthews though. Now Gators back on the attack with numbers. 3-on-2, but a bad pass. Lead should be taken away by Boston College. Matthews in a fight for it. Mikey Katz now has the puck. Edwards trying to find Katz, but Katz wasn't ready for it. Had him, made the pass, but Katz had his stick up in the air. Katz in a battle along the boards. But Boston College dumps it off. First to the play, first to the puck. Katz with it again though. Gators sizing up their options, trying to set up some type of offense as Evan Edwards gets a shot blocked there. Now BC into the other end, desperate to get some fresh bodies on ice. A lot of tired guys out there for the Eagles, and they do so now into the Gators' end, but dumped off behind the net. A prime chance for Florida to go on the attack, but the pass, with a little bit too much sauce on it, goes down into Michael Pelletier's glove for a face-off in Boston College's end.
Yeah, Brian Pine was eager. He jumped off there. Saw there was only one defenseman back here. 4 guys were in the Gator zone. If that got to him, he had a breakaway chance with the goalie.
Choi wins the face-off, gives to Pine, quick shot. Race for the puck, no one can get it. Is it in the back of the net? It is! Gators looked like they had it, but then signaled that they did. And a nice goal there for Sully Swears, who gives a Gator chomp to the bench as Florida goes up 2-1 on Hockey Fights Cancer Night.
Yeah, that was a scramble that was just a breakdown defensively by both ends. It's just one of those goals that, it's a little weird. It's a breakdown. There's 3 black jerseys and then there's 2 maroon ones there. They're fighting for it. And the team in black and pink tonight for Hockey Fights Cancer Night comes away with it.
Boston College right back on the attack though, trying to equalize, but get it stripped. Pine racing with it now, poked away again, back and forth, back and forth. Boston College with the advantage though. Quick shot beats Connor Lee, and we are tied again. Just a minute after the Gators' goal, Gavin Einen strikes for Boston College. It's 2-2, just as quick as that.
You saw the home crowd was celebrating what was a scramble out front of the net. Now maybe about 10 or so Boston College fans that made the trip down here celebrating their own goal. This game's been back and forth. Great offense going both ways so far.
Second goal of the year for Gavin Einen, the freshman from New York. Puts Boston College on the board again, 2-2, with just under 5 minutes to play here from Community First Igloo in Jacksonville.
And both goals for BC on their 3rd and 4th line. So not even the top 2 getting involved right now, but the bottom 2, which is where you want to see.
A team game Boston College plays, and they're showing that they can get it done here. Just as quick as Florida scores, they're right back on the attack, as always. Tying it up 2-2 with 4.5 minutes left in the first period. Can Florida try and get ahead and go into the intermission with a lead? Fortescue gets it batted down. Kemley sends it across the boards as the Gators needed to get some new guys out there. 3 guys come on for Florida. And Kemley puts a shot in on let just to get the full shift. Boston College getting some new guys out there as well. Zelmansky racing to it. He's the first. Gives to Horwitz. And glove down by Pelletier as Edwards came into Boston College's zone looking for a goal. Pelletier's done a nice job, but those two marks standing out tonight.
And those are tough if you're a goalie. I mean, there's only so much you can do. Both of them kind of on a lucky bounce. There's only so much you can do there if you're the actual guy in the crease, but it's rough on him.
Florida wins the draw. Quick shot goes high into the glass. And a battle along the right boards for it now. Gators come away with it, looking to make the extra pass, but gets it stripped away. Mac McGregor with some strong defense behind the net of Boston College. Mikey McCoy whiffs on the pass. Gators trying to establish the offense, but a whole lot of aggressive pressure from Boston College. Quick shot wrapped around, but Pelletier handles it nicely.
I'm going to go back to those two goals that we saw in those past 2 minutes. Both sides playing with a lot of speed. We saw there was a 3-on-1 defensively that the Gators fought, that the Boston College got their second goal on, but there was a scramble that originally started with another 3-on-1. So both sides able to get numbers on the off-man rushes.
Full shift for Florida and Boston College. Eagles win the draw. Second line out there for Florida, facing the third line of Boston College. Liam Matthews pushed into the boards and into the referee. Disrupting the attack there was Cormac Terry. Swears dumps it off. Lampinen and Pine in pursuit though. Calabrese can't get the stick down on it as the Eagles try and set something up with just about 2 minutes left in the first period. Can't do so though. Calabrese tries to make the pass to Swears, who's getting some serious pressure from Boston College. Gators with it now. Pine looking for the one-time, but goes high. Had an open lane, but just went a bit too high with it off the glass. Gators still fighting for it. Both teams trying to get one last chance to put themselves ahead going in to the first intermission. Lampinen on the left side. Gives to Choi along the boards. Lampinen and Choi playing catch. Quick pass, score! Gators get the lead again. Lampinen to Brian Pine for a 3-2. First period with just 1:30 left. Brian Pine puts the Gators ahead.
That was nasty. It's great draw play. Choi was in the corner with Lampinen. Lampinen got the puck back. Pelletier probably didn't know which side he was on. Brian Pine was right there in the slot. Lampinen gets it to him, and he goes bar down. Great goal. Great setup by Lampinen.
So the points leader for Florida with his 7th goal of the year and 17th point gives the black and pink a 3-2 lead. Time dwindling for Boston College to get another quick equalizer. On the first two Gators goals, Boston College got one quick. Another chance to do so here, but Lee gets the pad. Choi on the right side now into Boston College's zone. Shot blocked by a Boston College defenseman. And the Eagles trying to race to get one last chance to go into the period not down 3-2. Horwitz, left point. Sticked away, Zelmansky has it though. Katz decides to wait. And Boston College back on the attack, showing some serious speed. Under a minute left. Fight along the boards for it. Boston College comes away with it. One-timer, sticked away there by Noah Horwitz.
If he had that, if Horwitz didn't put that in, the Boston College attacking forward was going to be wide in on net on Lee. So good stick there by Horwitz to make sure that did not happen.
The captain gets his stick out there, but still plenty enough time for Boston College to make some noise here. As Mikey Katz comes away with it off the draw, though. Florida into BC's zone. Quick shot up into the safety netting. And back down onto the ice.
Back-to-back plays into the netting.
Yeah. A whole lot of pressure here from Florida. A lot of it being minded away by Michael Pelletier, but 3 mistakes have led to a Gators 1-goal lead. And if they can hold for 16 seconds, they'll go into the locker room with that lead. Gators win the draw, looking to extend on it. Quick shot there by Zelmansky, blocked away. Boston College with the seconds ticking down. Pulls back, looking for a quick forehand. A lot of chaos and traffic in front of the net, and the buzzer sounds. Connor Lee getting bailed out by the buzzer there a little as Boston College with a prime offensive opportunity, but nevertheless, the Gators go into the locker room up 3-2 against one of New England's best teams after 1 period. We'll see you on the other side of this first intermission. Gators lead 3-2 against Boston College here on Hockey Fights Cancer Night from Jacksonville.
Back here at Community First Igloo, he's Charlie Jones. I'm Matt Montalto, and Charlie, goals have been the definition of this game so far. 5 in the first period, and the Gators are up 3-2. What have you seen so far? What have you liked from both teams?
Yeah, seriously, an offensive barrage from both teams. And we knew that we were going to get that out of Boston College, but you also saw a really inspired Gators team who's been picking up steam from the Savannah Classic, ready to play some good hockey in the new year and the second semester, and they came out and did so. 3 goals in the first period, really making good work in the offensive zone and keeping it in the offensive zone, winning those battles across the boards, winning their draws in BC's end. Those are the things that are going to be crucial to a victory, and they did them nicely in the first period.
And what they're doing, especially not getting outclassed by the teams that you see in the Northeast. That's where hockey's really shining. They're showing that the teams in Florida can really play too. They're peppering the goalies early. Do you think that's got to continue for the Gators to keep this up?
Oh, certainly. I mean, the amount of time that they've spent in Boston College's end has really disrupted what the Eagles like to do. Get into the offensive zone, score, and try and just beat you that way. Depending on how many goals they give up, it's not going to matter if they can just put up 7-8 goals a game, which is normally their goal. No pun intended. What the Gators do need to improve on, though, is their defensive end, right? Connor Lee in net for the 5th time this season. He's been okay. He's net-minded a couple tough shots so far, but he's also let in those 2. He's has a 4.5 goal allowed average this season, and you could see some more goals for Boston College if the Gators really don't improve with their blue line defense and their back check.
3-2 Gators here. Second period is just about to get underway. We will get it. We'll come back after a few seconds, and we will get you some second period hockey action. Again, he's Charlie Jones. I'm Matt Montalto here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Beautiful. Back here at Community First Igloo, Matt Montalto on the call, joined by Charlie Jones. Second period of hockey just about to get underway on Hockey Fights Cancer Night here in Jacksonville. Pine wins it for the Gators, and Zelmansky has it. Passes on over the Lampinen. Now going to the right is the Gators. Boston College comes to the left, and they're maroon and gold, and 3-on-1 early for the Eagles, and they score off a deflection and in. How about a way to come out of the first intermission? And we have a tie game here. It was Rowan Brennan, their leading goal scorer for his 12th on the year.
Yeah, that was a pretty strong opportunity right out the gates for Boston College. 3-on-1 in on net on a lesser experienced netminder in Connor Lee, and they really punished him for it. Great goal there for Rowan Brennan, who adds to his total and still leads the Eagles in goals with 12.
Pine wins it for Florida. Now going to the left in their black and pink jerseys. Zelmansky has it on the boards. Now going the other way for the Eagles. It's Brennan who just scored. Fires another one into the barrel of Lee, but he gobbles it up. Zelmansky has it for the Gators. Now going up is Swears. Swears 2-on-1 for the Gators. 3-on-1 if they can get there. Brian Pine whiffs on it. Battle in front. No good for the Gators. Peltier stands on his head in the net. And now Boston College goes the other way.
That was another strong opportunity for Florida like they had in that first 10 minutes in the first period. Really just couldn't drive it home, though. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4, couldn't get home.
Here goes the Gators the other way. Pine goes in the Lampinen. Peltier makes the save in betwixt the 5-hole. 3-3 game here, 18:55 left in the second period. A quick minute and 5 seconds so far in the second period. Both teams kind of came out swinging.
Yeah, Boston College certainly getting a goal only 20 seconds in, and they need to really let their offensive presence be known and spend a whole lot more time in the Gators' end, doing well of it so far very, very early in this infant second period.
Here comes Terry. Sends it back to Calabrese. Over to Sheets. Now down the boards. Race to the puck between 2 Gators and 2 Eagles. Sheets gets it behind the boards. Behind the goal. Rips one on, but plenty of Eagles there to cover it up. Now Boston College going the other way and behind Connor Lee. Terry's there for the Gators. There's a little scrum there, but gets the puck away from there. And the other way is Smink. Terry gobbles it up. That shot in on Lee. Calabrese has it with the Gators. Now sends it up the ice to Sheets. Sheets for the Gators. 1-on-2. Poked away there by Smink. Now sends it up the ice. Lee makes a play on it and sends it to the corner. Lamping in there, and so is Maisie. Calabrese up the other way. Fighting off one defender. Tried to go. Backhand, forehand, but could not cash it in. Here's Edwards up at the point. Fired it in, but off a Gator. And it goes out of the zone in betwixt the legs. Mazzy. Edwards up the ice now again, and Boston College gains possession. 17:20 left in the second period. 3-all. Here comes the Gators the other way. Mikey Katz pokes it up to Lampinen. Lampinen back to Katz. Spinorama in front and in. Mikey McCoy gets the spinorama from Mikey Katz. And the Gators go up 4-3 in this one. What an assist.
That was seriously just a beautiful, beautiful play. I mean, it was right off to the left. Then Katz gets it along the middle. Quick spin to McCoy, who hammers one home right into the top of the net. And the Gators get the lead just as quickly as they lost it, you know. Florida has done a really nice job of not being down for too long and getting back up, licking their wounds and getting right back to work.
4-3 Gators. This is in this back and forth affair. Edwards now goes up to the ice for Florida. Poked by Peltier, but Edwards gets it back. Now McCoy, who just scored for the Gators, is 5th on the year. Dumps it back. Shot from the left point. Way wide. Another one. Cat's able to get the ricochet. Another one. They're trying to find McCoy again for 2 goals in what would be 2 minutes. But knocked away by BC. Fighting in the corner is Katz. First line getting a lot of work here in the start of this second period of hockey. Now going back to the ice is BC. It's Chinlin. 2 Gators in there behind, kind of ran into each other. Now Boston College has got it. The Eagles in there, maroon and gold. The Gators in their black and pink.
Florida doing a lot better on the forecheck here in the early minutes of this second period. Showing a lot more aggression like we've seen previously. In the past, it's led to penalty minutes so far. Very clean.
Now here comes Boston College up the ice. Shot from the circle, saved by Lee. Now the Gators going back up the ice. Swears. Dangles around one defender. Tried to go for the goal. Would have been an ESPN highlight reel if he potted it in. Horwitz now wide open for the Gators. Tried to dump it into the point. Scrambles out in front. We'll say Peltier held it for long enough, but there was another scrum out front of the net. That's how the Gators got 2 of their goals early. Could have got a 3rd one there.
I really don't envy Michael Peltier so far. Through only 5 minutes, he's faced a ton of shots from Florida. They were really, really dominant on offense in the first period, not letting up here so far through the second.
Lampinen wins it for Florida, but Boston College gets it. Going back up the ice. Good save by Lee. Zelmansky has it for the Gators. Now Lampinen. 3-on-1 for Boston College coming up. Tried to dangle around Terry, but Lee Gets the ricochet off the foot.
Yeah, that could have been a little bit scary if not for Terry. Lee had it gifted to him, but another really strong chance for Boston College. They're putting the puzzle pieces together, and the Gators need to get a lot better on defense with the forecheck and the back check.
That was Lim on the shot. The senior from San Francisco. Draw one by BC. There's Lim again. Your boards, Boston College taking some time in the offensive zone now. Circles back around behind the net. Zelmansky says, I don't think so. Gators going back up the ice. Swears sends it up. Here comes Pine on a down the ice, back into the Boston College zone. To Lampinen. Little ricochet off. Now to Pine. Pine circles back behind the net to Terry. Swears in the corner. About 6 minutes into the second period of hockey. Gators up 4-3 on Hockey Fights Cancer Night in Jacksonville. As he drops one Boston College attacker to the ground. Now the Gators go back up the way. Swears to Pine. Brian Pine sends it back down. Good save by Pelletier by Lampinen. Boston College going back up the other way. But they'll just dump in and change.
A lot of back and forth action between these teams. And what feels like forever, only a minute 30.
Pine to Swears, but just missed. Trying to dump back out to Mazzy, and now Boston College coming back up the ice, 3-on-1. Mazzy trying to come back for Florida, dangles around one. Shot just wide. And the Gators go back the other way. 2-on-2. It's Kemway and Sheets. Ronnie Kemway gets checked. There's a battle. Other side. Tried to feed it up the ice, but Calabrese intercepts that for the Gators. Sheets and Calabrese now for Florida. Gets it into the offensive zone. Dangles around one defender. But again, Boston College holds strong. Now going back up the ice, they've got numbers. Good poke check by Zelmansky, but Boston College holds on. And it looks like it's going to be offside on Boston College.
I'd like to go back a minute or so to that Connor Lee save. Boston College with a 3-on-1 opportunity. And what does Lee do? He picks a side, and he picked the right one. They went to the left. Lee went to his right. Blocker side as well, so a little bit tougher, but a really, really nice save. Despite all the offensive chances that Boston College has had, he's been doing a serviceable job.
First line back in for the Gators. Their puck goes into the defensive zone. There's Terry. Zelmansky up to Mikey Katz. Just a little too far for him, but the Gators get the puck back. Zelmansky has it again. Now to Katz. Katz going up the ice. He's got Lampinen. Back to Katz, but he can't get his stick on there. Now McCoy has it for the Gators. Gets jammed into the boards by one Boston College defenseman. Another fight there in the side of the Boston College zone. Now Terry in the neutral. Zelmansky up the ice. He's going to lead the charge for the Gators. It's poked by one guy, but the puck will go into the near sideboard with the corner. Now a little bit of a reset here for Boston College as they go back up the ice. But it's stolen away by McCoy, but the Eagles get it right back into the Gators zone. Shot and scored. From a sharp angle, Boston College just tied it up. Aiden Scanlon gets it for the Gators, knocked Connor Lee's water bottle straight out of the goal. And just like that, it's 4-all. The junior from Foxborough, his 11th goal on the season. Now second for Boston College in score and goals.
Aiden Scanlon seriously left this predominantly Florida crowd stunned with that shot. Gators looked in a prime position to stop him. 3 Gators in their own end trying to stop one Aiden Scanlon, but that's not enough. 4 goals in his last 2 games. The kid is performing at an incredible level right now.
Gators win the draw, but they're in their own zone. And Boston College is feeling it, but Pines got it for the Gators. Rocketed one up the ice. Now Lampinen's got it. Egan Lampinen back to Pine. Pine sends it back to Swears. Swears for the Gators, now trying to get it back to Pine. Does. Out of Lampinen. Poked away by Boston College, but not out of their own zone. Lampinen goes to his knees, but Swears has it, rips one, but Peltier makes a save on it. Didn't know where the puck was. Made another save on the second attempt from Swears. Now Boston College going back up the ice. 2-on-2, uses their speed. Tries to dangle around Lee, but no good. Back to the other side, Lee makes another save. Tried to go to the post again, denied. 3 quick saves for Connor Lee. And the Gators go back up the ice. Swears, number 81 in black and pink, tried to dump it to the point. But they steal it back, Brady Pine. And Swears tried to get it in, but Peltier makes a save. 10:08 left in this one, all 4 apiece in this back and forth affair.
Florida certainly had their offensive chances, but their issues have really seriously come on the defensive end. They're letting Boston College right in. Got to do a better job of protecting Connor Lee from incoming shots.
Brian Pine looks like he's going to the locker room in this one. Offensive draw won by Florida. Troy tried to get it in, but deflected by a few Boston College Eagles. Choi sends it cross ice to Calabrese. Choi fires. Peltier makes a little flash of the glove right there. Saves that one pretty easily.
Routine save there for Peltier.
Probably one of his easiest of the night so far.
Certainly with all the chances that Florida has had, he's pretty thankful for that one.
Offensive draw won by Boston College. Up the ice, there's a race for it. Terry's gonna win it for the Gators, but it's gonna go right back to Matthew Lim of Boston College. He dumps it in, but Terry saves it. Not for long, though. Boston College going back to the offense. Tried to chip it in, but went a little above the goal and behind it. Boston College now has it. In behind Lee. Goal goes off. Boston College says it's in the back of the net, but looked like one of the Boston College attackers knocked the goal off.
It looked like Connor Lee was waiting for them to signal no goal. No help there for him, though, as Ben Galvin gets on the board again. Had 2 goals on the season coming into this game, 2 goals tonight. First lead of the night for Boston College.
Lee trying to make his case. We're going to get a goalie change here. Here comes Zachary Shield, who's usually the Gators starter in net, but after 5 goals given up just over halfway through this game.
Yeah, Zach Shield was one of the players who was dealing with a little bit of illness, so we didn't know how available he was going to be tonight. Ergo, the reason that Lee got the start, but with 5 goals coming in and the game slipping from Florida's hands here in the second period, gotta do what you can to keep it as level and right the ship.
Gators in the offensive zone. Here comes Edwards down the Cats. Back to Edwards, who finds McCoy, but sends it into the netting. It looks like Peltier got his stick on it. And we're going to have an offensive draw. 5-4 now, Eagles in this one. 8:57 left in the second period.
And you can't blame Connor Lee for his efforts. He had a really strong night at points, but when those defensive breakdowns happen, you got to be ready, and wasn't ready at all times.
Draw won by the Gators. Mazzy shoots right into the barrel of Peltier. Looks like Zomansky tried to send it back up the ice. No icing called there. Here comes Boston College back the other way. Now into the Gator zone. Shield gets his first touch of the night. Zomansky now for Florida. Going back up the ice. Finds Mikey Katz on the left side. Tried to shoot it on Peltier, but deflected by the maroon and gold. Gators get the puck back in the neutral zone, but gives it right to the Eagles of Boston College. 11-2-1 Boston College Eagles. Florida 7-6-1 on the year and coming off a trip to Savannah. McCoy in the far side corner, fires one inside to Horwitz. Second chance opportunity missed wide by Edwards. So close to making it a tie game again. Now BC resets. Into the neutral zone, dump and chase for Boston College. They're gonna do a little bit of a line change here. In behind the net. Tried to dump it inside, but easily Brian Pine deflects it for the Gators. A scramble to save it inside the O-zone for the Eagles. Could not, now they have to reset. Breakaway chance for Boston College. Shot just wide. Pine now for the Gators, sends it in for the neutral zone. 3-on-2 here for Boston College. Poked away though by the Gators. They're gonna send it back up the ice in the neutral zone now. Going back the other way. Fought it between by Pine. Shot goes wide. Now goes the length of the ice. Race for the Gators. Lampinen has it for them. Tried the deke around one. Gets knocked to the ice. No call there. Refs stay quiet.
Coach Frank Pasquale is livid that there was no call on the trip there.
Boston College goes the other way. Save by Shield. Noah Albright. Tied for the lead in assists for the team. Number 7, the sophomore from Massachusetts. 16 points on the year for him.
Back to Coach Pasquale. He was pretty upset a couple times throughout this game, but blew a gasket there with no trip on a prime offensive chance that Florida could not convert on.
No penalties so far in this game. That might be our first icing with 6:17 left in the second period.
Yeah, not a ton of stoppages. A whole lot of quick play between these two teams, back and forth between the two zones. And that's really tough. And Boston College has benefited from it. They've been the team who's been more physical and way speedier, really punishing Florida with their athleticism.
First line on for BC. Draw one by them, and Shield gets the puck to him, and he's going to scoop it up. We'll have a third draw in a row. 5-4 in this one. BC leads it, making the trip all the way from Massachusetts. Draw one by Boston College, but the Gators get possession of it in their own zone. Terry. Now to Zelmansky. Sends it into the neutral zone. Boston College couldn't make a play on it. Now goes up the length of the ice, but Calabre's there. And looks like...
So after not a ton of stoppages, we get an icing and offsides, two things that we haven't seen a ton of tonight. And a nice break for these two teams who have been really, really feisty with their offensive chances. A couple defensive lapses on both ends, but back and forth they go. Happy for any little break that they can get.
Draw one by Boston College, sent into the Gator zone. Took a weird bounce off the boards, but Florida able to get possession of it. Zelmansky sends it up. And Katz is chasing Smink for it. Smink comes away with it for Boston College. Now there's another little scrum in the boards, but they come away with it. Zelmansky gets the puck though, fires in, goes wide. Peltier had to stretch it out. Another shot from Mazie, scooped up by Peltier. Since that fourth goal that the Gators scored, he has been solid.
Yeah, and a really sharp decline in the amount of offensive opportunities that Florida has had since that fourth goal. It felt like this could be a sign of what's to come with Mikey McCoy netting the fourth goal of the game for Florida, but not doing much on the offensive end after that goal.
Face off one by Florida. Mazie has it at the line. Fires one in, but Peltier makes a save, especially when Evan Edwards is right in front.
Yeah, looking for the redirect to try and get that to go in between the pipes, but Peltier was the wiser there.
And we're gonna do it again. Face off one by Boston College. They're gonna send it to the other side. Katz chasing it, but Zelmansky comes away with it, sends it back into the zone. Katz now has it for Florida to McCoy, who sends it wide. Now, puck fought on in the neutral zone. Boston College is now going to enter Florida zone. Dumps it in. Zelmansky behind the net. Sends it to McCoy. McCoy has possession for Florida. Now to Katz. To Mazzy. Tried to get to Zelmansky, but it hit off the back of his stick. 1-on-3 entering the zone now for Boston College is Ben Galvin. He has 2 tonight. Looking for the Hattie. Fires to the middle. Shot way up high. Shield saw it the entire way with bodies in front. Now to Lim. Third line on for Boston College, giving the Gators nightmares so far. But Katz comes away with it in the neutral, in the defensive zone, and sends it the length of the ice. No icing. Officials wave it off with 3:57 in this one, and Boston College goes back up the length of the ice. Fourth line almost made him pay again. Galvin tried to find Lim, but no, could not. Another shot on net, stuffed away by Zach Shield. The Gators go up the ice. Swears, 2-on-1 opportunity, but poked away. And number 31 for Boston College. Now Swears has it. Gets it poked away again by him. But the Gators maintain possession inside their own zone. Shot! Gobbled up by Peltier. Lampinen was looking to light the lamp there.
That was one heck of a chance for Keegan Lampinen. Put some serious zip on it, but Peltier was ready, made the adjustment, got the glove there for a nice save. Florida finding that offensive fire late here in the second period.
Face off one by Florida. Shot goes wide though. Gators have possession. That's Lampinen who just got robbed. But Boston College comes away with it. They're going back up the other way. Schaefer. Inside to Brennan. But taken away by Florida. They're going the length of the ice now. Pine. He's got Lampinen tailing him, but he's tired. Pine tried one, but ripped. Near side. Gators still have possession. Horwitz in front. It's in. Scored for Florida. Tied at 5. The Gators won't back down in this one. 2:43 left in this game. Sully Swears gets it for the Gators, and we are back at 5 apiece.
That was chaos. A whole lot of bouncing puck there, but it ends up behind Peltier. Swears gets a stick in there at the last second and powers it home. Tied here at 5, Sully Swears have one heck of a day. A hat trick for him.
His third goal of the game. What a beauty that one was, but again, chaos is a great way to describe it, especially 3 of Florida's goals. Now Boston College quickly back on the offense, but shot just behind. 5-5 in this one. Sully Swears gets the Hattie in this one. And Florida's going to reset after tying this one back up. Terry's now got it for them. The Sheets. Taken away, though, by Boston College. Wide open in front of the net. Just a little too much on that one. Looking for another one. Shield, 2 big saves for the Gators. Back up. Need to get it out of their own zone, and they do. Back into the neutral zone comes Boston College. But the Gators come back into this one. Shot from the point for Peltier, but he makes that one easily. Now back up. Calabrese to Terry. Terry goes in, loses the puck a little bit. Minute 45 left in the second period. Gators have it in their offensive zone, but nah, they lost it. Terry gets it back though. But Boston College got it, but they were just a bit offside.
Zach Shield, after coming on in relief of Connor Lee, has been seriously impressive. 2 quick shots, one after another, and he turned them both down. First with the pad, then with the blocker. Really nice job from Shield nursing an illness.
Face off in the neutral zone. Looks like a little bit of stuff going on. Evan Edwards talking with the linesman. But Mikey Katz comes in and wins it for the Gators. In the neutral zone, sent back in by Boston College. Shield makes a play on it. Terry gets the puck now. Now to Katz. Shot goes in, deflected off of BC attacker, but goes wide, and the puck goes in to the Boston College bench. Minute and 13 left in this one, 5 apiece. An offensive explosion in this game so far.
And a series showing from Boston College, who has just been punishing Florida's defense.
Face-off lost by Edwards. Boston College gets it, but Florida gets it right back. Found in the ends. It's going to be Edwards. Calabrese gets it back. For Florida, a little scrum out in front, but Florida comes away with the puck. Little turnover there, but again, Florida comes back with the puck. Another one. Looked like it could have been a trip there. Tried a shot off the head of Shield, but nothing to get there in the last minute of this period. Now Katz has the puck for Florida. Gets it taken away by Matthews of Boston College, but Florida gets it right back. Going back up the ice in this last minute. Calabrese gets a little bit of a check by Matthews. And now Boston College coming back in the last minute of this period. Gets it to Katz in the corner. Who sends it the other way. Gators looking like they're going to want to just go to the second intermission. But they can't get it out of the zone. Boston College has it for himself. Excuse me. Fought in the corner. Looks like they're going to pin it up the boards. And we will go to the second intermission. The Gators faithful here clapping on their team. And what a performance they've had. 5 apiece. And we're going to the second intermission here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Yeah, we were down a goal, so anytime we get bounced back and get a tying goal, especially that late in a period, is really big. So we're just going to continue that and keep that momentum going to the third period.
Now, Boston's been putting up a lot of shots. What do you guys need to change going into the third to better protect the lead?
Yeah, well, we need to stop with the odd man rushes. I think we're getting caught pinching too deep in their zone too often, so we need to clean that up a little bit and just become better on defense.
Now, it seems like neither team has been able to keep a lead for too long in this game. What do you guys need to do to come away with the win tonight?
Well, I guess maybe just keep scoring more goals.
Thank you. Good luck in the third.
Thank you.
Back here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network, he's Charlie Jones, I'm Matt Montalto, and the last game that we called together, a hockey game, it was quite the difference from this one. It was 3-1, it was a defensive battle. This one, all offense. 5-5 in this game. Charlie, what needs to change?
Yeah, it's been offense, offense, offense for both teams. But if Florida wants to come away with a win, we mentioned it in the first intermission, we're going to mention it again right here in the second intermission. They have to improve on defense. Too many odd man chances where Boston College is barreling in on net, 2-on-1, 3-on-1, and Zach Shields is just not going to be able to save all of those. Connor Lee wasn't, and that's why Zach Shields is in relief for him now coming into the third period. Florida really needs to improve their defense to protect Zach Shield from a ton of shots and get themselves back into the offensive zone and score.
The trend, do you think the trend's going to continue? Because I think so. We saw Connor Lee get pulled in this one after allowing 5 goals. Do you think the trend's going to continue?
Yeah, totally. We're going to see a lot more scoring, and it's quite ironic. Boston College had a hat trick in their last game from Aiden Scanlon. Now Florida returns the favor in their game against Boston College. Sully Swears gets on the board for the 3rd time in the second period. Hat trick for him. Could see some more scoring on both ends. Florida, with a whole lot of offensive chances between the two periods, slightly edging out Boston College with the amount that they had, but more quality opportunities for Boston College. So it's really got to come down for Florida, get better on defense and force turnovers so that you can get back into the offensive zone and score.
And we haven't seen a lot of stoppages, so these are just teams that are just going at it for long periods of times. Not a whole lot of stoppages, not a whole lot of goalies, not a whole lot of stops by the goalies. No penalties yet in this one. So no odd man, no man advantages going on so far. Do you think that trend's going to continue?
Yeah, I think these teams are both very aggressive. You've seen them be physical, especially Boston College with their hitting and checking across the boards. But they've been playing really clean. A couple missed calls Coach Frank Pasquale of the Gators was not happy about. A tripping on a Keegan Lampinen offensive chance in the third period. Nothing there, but I think you could see clean play continue. And really, Boston College is more prepared than Florida for a game like that, where speed and physicality are at a premium. Boston College is beating out Florida on both ends. The Gators need to make sure that they're not letting up breakaways and they're not letting Boston College accelerate in the neutral zone, flying past Florida defensemen and getting on the board.
Third period of action coming up. He's Charlie Jones. I'm Matt Montalto. It should be a fun finish. We'll get it to you right after this.
Back to action in the third period here from Community First Igloo. 5-5 in a tie game between Boston College and Florida. Charlie Jones and Matt Montalto of the Orange and Blue Sports Network, happy to be here with you on a Friday night in Jacksonville. Gators get back on offense with Evan Edwards taking a shot there. And in the second period, Boston College got on the board early, 20 seconds in with a goal from Rowan Brennan. to tie the game up. Florida trying to show that offensive prowess like Boston College did to start off the second period and come out hot in the third. Zelmansky gets beat across the boards, ends up in the possession of Boston College, and stumped down the way pretty fast for icing.
I think it's our second icing call of the game so far. Going Florida's way, it's going to go back into the Boston College zone. Tried to get a little bit of an outlet pass there, but little too much mustard on that one.
Certainly. So back is Florida on the offensive end, 5-5. 2 goals for the Gators in the second, 3 for Boston College. As Florida wins the draw, Mikey McCoy with a spin move, dumps to Edwards along the boards. McCoy and a bunch of Eagles fighting for it. Given to Zelmansky at the point, one-timer, goal! Zach Zelmansky scores from the point and gives Florida a 1-goal lead early. It took 20 seconds for Boston College in the second period. It takes 43 seconds for Florida in the third. 6-5 Florida off the stick of Zach Zelmansky.
That wasn't even deflected in front. Had a few Boston College defenders and a few Gators in front, but no, went straight on at Peltier, and Zach Zelmansky beat him on that one. Great shot there. Like you said, we've seen a lot of early scoring in the starts of these periods. It does not stop in the third.
Zelmansky was gifted a beautiful opportunity there and hammered it home to give Florida a lead once more, 6-5, with 19 minutes left in the third period. Eagles strip the Gators, who now retreat with the puck.
Got to watch the ice, too. It's a little slick right now. I saw Noah Albright off the draw. Kind of slipped like he was on a banana peel or something like that.
Whole lot of slippery ice from the Zamboni as the teams get acclimated in a crucial third period. Dump off miss there to Noah Albright. Gators collect the puck. Sully Swears with it now, who's having an incredible day. 3 goals, his first hat trick of his Florida Gators career. Gators feeling the press from Boston College, who won't let up, fighting for it along the boards, trying to come away with it, and attempting to tucker out this Florida Gators defense. Pine flips into the neutral zone, collected by Lampinen. Goes down the left side, tries to find a man across, was looking for Calabrese, but couldn't get it to him. Now racing in is Albright. Scooping right, blocked by Horwitz. Looking for a pass, but can't find anyone. Stifling defense from the Gators. If they can continue that, a strong adjustment from the second period. Denny sends it along the boards. Horwitz sticks it down. And the Gators try and get back on offense and extend the lead to 2. Back and forth play. Controlled there by Brody Sheets. Jackson Choi loses an eye on it, though. Couldn't find the puck. These teams have been very scrappy along the boards. Very clean, though. No penalty minutes for either team in this game. Eagles come racing in. The Gators flip it down the way to try and get a shift, and they do. 3 new Gators onto the ice for Florida. Shot on net, sticked away by Shield. Up and out of play. So with only 3 minutes into the third period, Florida gets on the board with a really nice offensive chance. What do they need to do to keep that up and force less opportunities for Boston College, Matt?
One thing that they can't really do is get these offensive draws. Boston College has been killing them in the O-zone, but they just got to make sure they stay out of their own zone, make sure they can just keep the pressure on. Don't let off the gas.
Edwards loses the draw to Boston College's Mamdani. However, the Gators get control of the puck now in Boston College's zone. Edwards with a massive hit behind the net. Goes in for another one, but whiffs. BC trying to corral the puck, fighting between Edwards and Mamdani there. Either one looking for an edge. Quick shot off the stick of Edwards, and in he scores! A beautiful pass from the right point finds the stick of Evan Edwards in the net. It goes 7-5 Gators off the stick of Evan Edwards. Just 3.5 minutes into period 3.
We expected a lot of scoring in this third period. I don't think we expected it to be this quick. Jay Mozzie fires one in, and Evan Edwards right inside of the slot just gets it past Peltier. Great tip in from him.
So the man with an A on his chest gets on the board for the Gators. Touchdown Florida, 7-5 for the pink and black. Looking to hold on to a 2-goal lead. If they can, they'll come away with a massive win over a team who hasn't lost since October 26th in Boston College. Pine with another offensive chance, racing in on that, nines the extra pass into Swears, he scores! Count it, 1, 2, 3, 4 for Sully Swears tonight. And in a massive swing, the Gators get 3 goals in 4 minutes to go up 8-5 on Boston College here from Jacksonville.
I think my jaw's still on the floor from that one. Great offense, great on-man rush into there. It was a 2-on-1. Swears able to pot home the pass from Pine. Great delivery there and gets it past Peltier. 8th goal given up for him.
Really impressive stuff from Pine to find the extra pass to Swears, who hammers it home to give the Gators a comfortable 3-goal lead now. Looking for more, Lampinen trying to find the extra pass, one-timer for Pine, but he couldn't get the full stick on it.
Oh, he wanted that so bad. You saw him tapping his stick violently there.
Easy for you to say, Matt.
Yeah, a little bit much.
So Brian Pine, after an assist, almost gets one home, but now a crucial spot for Boston College to shift some of the momentum their way. It's a 2-minute penalty for hooking on Keegan Lampinen, the first penalty of the game on either side.
Didn't get a great look at that one, but Lampinen got the stick of one of the Boston College Eagles defenders, and routine call for the officials for the first call of the game.
So the first man advantage of the day goes to Boston College, and they try to work quickly. Shot redirected off the pad to Shield. Another one-timer from the point, handled easily. Zach Shield in relief has been very impressive, only letting up 1 goal for Boston College.
I think you knew exactly what I was just about to say, because I was just going to say that. So, yeah, Zach Shields has been great in relief.
Gators win the draw and flip it down ice to kill off some of this time. Ronnie Kemley in pursuit. As the time ticks down, under 1:30 left on the power play for BC. 5-on-4 hockey with a chance to make the lead go from 3 to 2, but the Gators killing the penalty off nicely thus far. Another puck flipped down the way, corralled by Arthur Smink, and Boston College right back on the attack again. Dumped off to the right point. Goes a bit high. Shield had to duck. Surveying his chances. Mac McGregor couldn't find the extra pass to Albright. Now McGregor with a shot blocked off the leg of Kemley. Penalty kill unit for Florida doing well. McGregor again with the puck. Off to the right side. Under 1 minute left on the power play. Given to the point for Albright. One-timer. Goes a little bit wide and high. Left point now for Boston College. Surveying their opportunities. Given to Albright. Quick shot. Wraps around the boards. And down ice it goes.
A beautiful penalty kill for the Gators so far.
Seconds dwindling, 15 seconds left. One last chance for Boston College with the man advantage. Circling in, looking for a man, finding Lim. Now dumped off once more for Degnan. Couldn't get it to go. Lampinen out of the box, back to level hockey, and the Gators kill it off nicely. Redirect into the chest of Shield, and Horwitz plays it out to Lampinen, who's fresh out of the box and on a breakaway. One man to beat, it's Peltier. And Peltier gets the better of the exchange there.
Got to adjust with the toe. That was really close for the Gators' 9th of the night.
Lampinen came racing out of the box and had an offensive opportunity right away. Here's another one for him, right in front of the net. Just shot it a bit high.
Oh, he's feeling it after just coming out of the penalty box.
Gators have Boston College befuddled with a 3-goal lead and only 12 minutes, 45 seconds left in the third period. Gators strip BC again, much more aggressive on defense so far in the third period, much to their benefit. Mikey McCoy with it, in on net off the post. Didn't have a great angle. McCoy plays the puck though back into the offensive end. Cats in pursuit, can't get to it. So Boston College looking to get something going. With limited time, looking for 3 goals to tie.
BC looks frustrated right now. They can't get anything going, especially that they had a power play in this period, the first of the game. They just can't get anything in the Gator zone right now. I saw one guy coming into the locker room on our left, just looked frustrated, like they couldn't get anything to fall for them.
Gators strip it, Boston College back in the offensive end, and a massive hit laid by Mike Calabrese. Buried a Boston College forward and brings the puck into Boston College's end. Dumps to Swears, off to Pine, one time, off the pads of Peltier. Nice play set up there for Florida, but Peltier says no. Eagles wrap around the boards, but it's been all Gators soaring so far. Looking to do it again. Sully Swears in on net, but can't get to go home. First chance, second, neither went.
Looks like it might have hit off the pipe.
So Boston College down 3, trying to get one to go. But a much more staunch Florida defense they've been met with here in the third period. 9 minutes gone, Florida maintaining an 8-5 lead. A 9-game win streak on the line for Boston College, dating back to October. Quick shot, redirect. Shield was ready for it, but it went high anyway.
That one in, it looked like it would have gone off of one of the Gators.
Swears plays it to Choi, but with no Gators around him, gets buried into the boards. It trickles out to Florida. Swears with another chance, looking for his 5th goal of the day. Horwitz sticks it down. Boston College with it now. Back and forth play. Both teams hungry. In on net. Shield crooks it in the shoulder, right under the shoulder, but Boston College gets one in. A couple redirects there, and this time Leon Matthews was the man to drive it home. The lead goes from 3-2, 8-6 Florida, with 10:17 remaining in the third period.
You can only hold off Boston College for so long. They're averaging about 7 goals per game. And like right there, you have a defensive breakdown. Shields does everything he can to keep that puck out of the net. First chance off his elbow, second chance off the blocker, and third chance just wrapped it home. Tough for him.
First goal of the day allowed by Zach Shield. Connor Lee got the start between the pipes for Florida, but was pulled after 5 goals in 2 periods allowed. So 8-6 it stands, and Boston College back on the attack. Jackson Choi blocks a quick shot there from Steve Davis. In on net, the puck goes. Not the best opportunity, but Peltier sticks it away. Kemley, hot on the heels of Mac McGregor. And Boston College back into the offensive end. Galvin with it now. He's already got 2 goals in the game, looking for a hat trick of his own. Under the 10-minute mark here from Community First Igloo in Jacksonville. Gators leading 8-6.
Now, if you're Florida here, you can't let off the gas right now. You allow 1 in the third period, but other than that, you've been nailed so far in this extra period of hockey.
Shot blocked away by Chinland. Gators still in the offensive end, though, not establishing a set offense, trying to get any shots they can. It's proved faithful with 3 goals in the third period thus far. This time on the stick of Mikey Katz. Makes a pass, tries to get one more to Evan Edwards. Couldn't get it there off the stick of a Boston College defenseman. Now on the right side, Mikey McCoy flings it off the glass to Evan Edwards. Edwards went right in front of the net, but a pass from his teammate couldn't get to it. Puck in on Shield, who corrals it with the stick to leave for Maisie. 14 goals between these two offensive juggernauts. 8.5 minutes left. Florida with a 2-goal lead.
Again, Boston College just looks frustrated.
And turned away many times by Zach Shield. First goal for them off of Shield came in this period as that shot goes high. And Shield has really done an impressive job in relief. We mentioned earlier that he's been battling an illness, and it's that second semester flu that's been going around Gainesville has caught the UF hockey team. It was supposed to be 5 players out with Shield available if needed, which it was so far. Horwitz ended up being available as well. Quick shot in. Shield gloves it nicely.
Yeah, he's having a great game in relief so far. He's only given up that 1 goal on that 3rd chance attempt from Boston College, but he's been strong in betwixt the pipes.
Gators win the draw, and Lampinen gets the puck immediately. A 2-on-1 opportunity. Lampinen can't make the pass, though. Sticked away by Boston College. Gets the puck once more, though, looking for Pine. Boston College there to receive. Eagles racing in on net. McGregor couldn't get a full stick on it. Albright battling, but the Gators come away with it off of Mikey Calabrese's hard effort. Time dwindling for Boston College to get their chances, as that one ends up behind the net, excuse me, for icing and another stoppage. 7:22 left. Gators leading 8-6 here in period 3. In front of a packed crowd, we must mention, here on Hockey Fights Cancer Night at Community First Igloo. It's filled with Gators fans. In the first period, you saw them all pile in, and there wasn't a seat to be had here in Jacksonville.
There still isn't. There's a lot of Gators fans here, a lot of groups of them. I can even see a few in their Hockey Fights Cancer jerseys. So, Gator Nation showing up strong.
Quick opportunity in front of the net for Keegan Lampinen, but he couldn't get a stick on it. Now Boston College racing the other way. It's Albright. Tried to make a move, but Shield was there the entire time to shut him down. Couldn't even get the shot off. Boston College with possession of it again, though, wrapping around the net. Looking for a quick chance. Just behind the net, though. Still in jeopardy, but Florida gets away with it. Now it's Jackson Choi coming into Boston College's end, but not before offsides.
Again, Zach Shields standing on his head so far. Good. I want to go back to that breakaway that that Albright had. That chance where if Zach Shield just stood with him and got that poke check there, it would have been a goal. But good on Shield to stay with him the entire way and force a really tough shot.
Gators win the draw in the back left dot of the neutral zone. And Peltier makes a smart decision to just glove it. With no Eagles in the area, was looking for a little bit of help there to try and give the puck off, but no one's supporting him. Florida really doing a nice job of staying in Boston College's end. They've done it the whole game, but what's been a massive benefit for them is the defense is there to follow. Evan Edwards loses the draw to Boston College. Now Mikey McCoy with it on the left side. Coming in on net now. Shot blocked. Arthur Smink was right there in front of him. Now coming in on net. No chance there. Gators defense has been much, much stronger and allowed Zach Shield to make easier saves like you just saw there, rather than these unexpected opportunities or these odd man chances for Boston College. Zach Shield has had a little bit easier of a time here in the third period.
Yeah, we also see a shakeup in Boston College's lines. Instead of Charlie Bain on that first line, it's instead Brennan Schaefer and Michael Spalla, the sophomore.
So Boston College bringing in their utility man, Michael Spalla, plays a little defense, plays a little forward, switching things up to try and throw off the Gators.
Do it all, man.
Missed pass there for Boston College, doesn't punish him. Racing in on net. No shot though, as Cormac Terry is right there to stuff, absolutely stuff Thomas Casey. Gators playing keep away in the offensive end now. Delayed penalty shown. Looks like it's going to be on Boston College when they get the puck. However, for right now, Calabrese in. Glove down by Peltier.
That's a good save by Peltier also off the deflection. It's going to be an interference penalty is what it looks like on Boston College. Let's just wait for this side from the interference.
Yeah, there was a solid chance for Cormac Terry right in that right area in front of the net. Got shoved to the ground and pushed towards the goaltender by a Boston College Eagle. So the first man advantage comes for Florida.
Yeah, that interference call was on Gabe Mamdani, from the junior from Providence. I think he got stuffed in the boards on the right side by I think he wanted to get a little bit back on the Gators.
Gators 5-on-4 here as the puck is back into their end. Dimming the chances of Boston College making a comeback. However, they strip the puck and they score. Aiden Scanlon goes top right and beats Zach Shields. So a shorthanded goal closes the deficit to 1.
That's a really sloppy play for the Gators. It's a turnover in their own zone, and Aiden Scanlon goes all over that. He had another attacker with him. I believe it was McGregor, but he said, nah, I'm going to do my own thing. Shoots it right at Shield and picks the corner. A great shot from Scanlon.
Shield was right there, but Scanlon found the open space and buried it. So 8-7 it stands. Still on the man advantage is Florida. 4.5 minutes left. BC sticks it away from Brian Pine. Another shorthanded opportunity possible, and the Boston College bench is irate for no high sticking penalty on Brian Pine.
I think that should have been a hook on Brian Pine. This shocked that the referees did not call that.
Calabrese with a sloppy dump finds the stick of a Boston College defenseman. Prime chance goes wide, however. Scanlon was looking for his third of the game and a second straight hat trick. 4 minutes left, under a minute left on the power play for Florida. Lampinen on the left side, finds the pass. Pine buries it into the chest of Peltier. A beautiful chance there for Pine, set up by Lampinen, but Peltier was the wiser and corralled into the chest for another crucial save. 4-0